Hi, I'm Haven O'Halloran, your Engel Völkers advisor, real estate advisor, and I'm here today to share with you just a few thoughts about relocating and using a relocation agent. What I discovered today is that a lot of people don't even know that relocation agents exist. And in fact, for almost the entire time that I have been a real estate advisor, realtor, approaching 10 years, I have actually been a relocation agent for corporate companies. When somebody is hired by a larger corporation, typically, or for an executive position, that company has a relocation company that vets realtors that are local to the area. And we're vetted carefully, making sure that we have a track record that shows that we know the area, that we know what's available, and that we know it on a level that is gonna allow us to meet the needs of the client so that they can make that move. Because you can imagine, many of these executives are moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, and in fact, or the Midwest to the West Coast. And in fact, that is why they're doing it, is because they want to have that California living. They have a California dream. And so that relocation company wants to make sure that they have paired their new hire, their new employee, with a realtor, real estate advisor, that can serve them well. I'm interchanging those two terms, by the way, because with Engel Völkers, we do refer to ourselves as real estate advisors, because we are ultimately going to weigh in on your ability to disseminate the information that you get as you're looking at different listings, as you're looking at reports, etc. It's always ultimately your decision, but we are here as your advisors. So maybe you're thinking about relocating, and part of that is going to be choosing a realtor. So what would be the difference in hiring a realtor that has executive relocation experience versus a realtor who's just like really super cool, right? I'm hoping I'm both for you, because I want you to enjoy the process. Oftentimes people are choosing to relocate, but I would imagine there are many circumstances in which people have to relocate, or they've made the decision to relocate under a given circumstance. And so I do feel that I am also well equipped to handle some of those kind of more stressful or maybe just tension-filled transactions. However, as a relocation agent for professionals, what I have found is it's usually a very exciting and joyous time. They've just accepted possibly either a dream job or maybe that job that's going to step them up in their professional ambitions, and the company that just hired them offered them a package of benefits. Now, I can't quote what that package of benefits would be, because that's very tailored to the company and to the job that you've just received. It varies per client, and in fact, as a relocation agent, we are oftentimes not even aware of what that package includes. So we get to do our job without any kind of prejudice, because we're gonna do our job the way that we do our job, regardless of what that employee is actually getting, because we don't actually know, which I think is great. I think it's a great practice, because it ensures that you are at the forefront of the transaction, that you're benefiting the most. So even as someone who's relocating that maybe isn't taking a new job that offers them a relocation package, there are things about my experience as a relocation agent that is going to benefit anybody who hires me as their real estate advisor. So one of the things that I do that's unique as a relocation agent is I will do something called area tours. And these tours are 1.5 to 3 hours long, depending on what the candidate, and they're called a candidate when they're being interviewed. See, they fly in the candidate, and then within that 2 or 3 day period of interviews, they'll slip me in to pick them up at their hotel, drive them around, and go back. Now that's kind of changed a little bit since COVID, because instead, a lot of times they follow me in my car, in their car, and we kind of still do that now. But what's wonderful is that I'm able to guide them through, hey, this is where this is where that is, and I'll oftentimes ask that client, what's important to you? What do you like to do on the weekends? Okay, well, this neighborhood, you can walk out your door and start hiking. And this neighborhood is driving distance to all of the things that you just listed are super important to you. Or if a school is most important to you, or your commute time to your new job is most important to you. I help you kind of prioritize based on all the many things that you're considering in that relocation. I help you prioritize what you can get for your money, because that's the other really big piece, right, of relocating, is some of us are relocating because we're making more money, and so now we can have more options as to what home we want. And for some of us, we're relocating because we're hoping to change our lifestyle a little bit. Maybe we're even downsizing and it's a completely different lifestyle than what we had where we used to live. And so what I'm able to do is I'm able to help you know, okay, this is what $1 million gets you in Marin County, and this is what $1 million gets you in Sonoma County, and we're able to decipher all of that. One more thing I want to mention before I let you go is that the special thing about the Engel Völkers brand and being an advisor with them is that they pay special attention to making sure that we have connected and networked with agents across the globe, so that if that relocation is actually taking you internationally, that I am going to be able to help you connect with somebody who typically, I hope for, works the way that I do, with the energy, the ethics, the communication skills that I have. That's who I'm looking for to help you find that agent, that advisor that's across the globe. So I do want to mention that as kind of one more benefit of looking to me as the agent that you would hire for any type of relocation. Note that if you are one of those wonderful people who has been offered a relocation package, you can request the agent that you want to use. So you're welcome to reach out to me and then also let your relocation company know that I am your advisor of choice.